My name is Snorts Kais Vale. 3 months ago, I received a photograph that destroyed my marriage. At first, I didn't understand what I was looking at. It seemed harmless, just my wife, Ara, smiling at a rooftop restaurant. But hidden in the corner of that picture was a detail so small that almost nobody would notice it. When I finally realized what I was seeing, I threw up in an airport bathroom. Because that tiny detail proved two things. First, my wife was having an affair. And second, the man she was sleeping with had no idea who I really was. I could have confronted them immediately. Instead, I spent 11 weeks pretending everything was normal because I wanted them comfortable, confident, careless. I wanted them sitting side by side at my company's annual gala, smiling, celebrating, completely unaware that their entire future was about to collapse. The man's name was Lucy and Cross. I learned that from a private investigator. He wasn't some random guy. He was one of the fastest rising executives inside my company. Smart, charismatic, ambitious. According to everyone around him, Lucien was destined for a massive promotion. According to my wife, he was destined to replace me. The investigator recovered months of messages. Most were exactly what you'd expect. Lies, promises, secret hotel meetings. Then I found one conversation that changed everything. Lucien asked her, "When are you finally leaving him?" Ara replied, "Soon after the gala. Once the divorce is finalized, half of everything becomes mine anyway." Half. Not love, not happiness, not a future. Half. My marriage wasn't ending because she'd fallen in love. It was ending because she'd done the math. Then I discovered something even worse. Lucien wasn't just sleeping with my wife. He was stealing from the company. Small amounts, carefully hidden, fake vendor contracts, inflated invoices, money routed through shell accounts. Over 3 years, he'd stolen nearly $4 million. The idiot thought nobody noticed the truth. We'd been investigating him for months. The board already knew. The legal team already knew. Federal investigators already knew. Lucien just didn't know that we knew. And neither did. That's when I stopped feeling angry because suddenly I wasn't watching two people betray me. I was watching two people walk straight into a trap. The gala arrived. 1,200 guests, executives, investors, media, board members, everyone important was there. Lucien arrived looking like he'd already won. Ara arrived wearing a gold dress I'd paid for. They spent the entire evening smiling, laughing, whispering to each other, completely relaxed, exactly as I wanted. Then came the announcement everyone was waiting for, executive promotion of the year. Lucien stood before his name was even called. The arrogance was unbelievable. The CEO opened the envelope, looked at the audience, and smiled. After careful review, he said, "The promotion has been canceled." The room went silent. Lucien froze, confused. Music embarrassed. Then the giant screen behind the stage lit up. A single document appeared, one of Lucien's fake contracts. Then another, then another. The room started murmuring. Executives leaned forward. Investors exchanged looks. Lucien's face lost all color. The CEO's voice echoed through the ballroom. An internal investigation uncovered a multi-million-dollar fraud operation. Nobody moved. Nobody breathed. Then the next slide appeared. Bank transfers, invoices, evidence, years of evidence. Lucien looked like he might pass out. But we weren't finished. Not even close. Then the CEO said something nobody expected. Unfortunately, the misconduct wasn't limited to financial fraud. The screen changed again. This time, it wasn't contracts. It was photographs. Music hotel records, travel records, messages, hundreds of messages. The affair, every lie, every betrayal displayed on a screen larger than a movie theater. The entire ballroom gasped. Some people looked away, others stared. Ara covered her face. Lucien looked physically ill. Then came the final slide, a simple image, my photograph. The CEO smiled. "Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome the founder and majority owner of the company, my friend Kais Vale." The room exploded into applause. People stood, cheered, clapped, and at table 17, two people realized their lives were over. I walked onto the stage, looked directly at them, and smiled. Not because I was happy, because I was free. For months, they'd believed they were the smartest people in the room. Now they finally understood the truth. They were never in control. Federal agents entered the ballroom before the event ended. Lucien was escorted out, in handcuffs in front of everyone. No dramatic speech, no argument, no excuses, just consequences. Pure consequences. The room was so quiet you could hear glasses being set down on tables. Ara sat alone, crying. Nobody went to comfort her. 3 months later, Lucien accepted a plea deal. His career was finished, his reputation destroyed, his future gone. Ara got exactly what she'd planned for, the divorce. Except there was one problem. The prenuptial agreement contained an infidelity clause. She didn't get half. She didn't get a fortune. The woman who stayed for the money left with almost none of it. A year has passed since then. The company is thriving. My life is peaceful. And every now and then I think about that photograph, the mistake they thought nobody would notice. Funny thing is, they were right. Except the one person whose life they were trying to destroy.